25 games for violating the NBA's anti-drug process, the anti-drug program. The NBA's, hey, players shouldn't be shooting up on steroids or doing cocaine program. 25 games for the second best player on the Phoenix Suns. 25 games for the person who was finally supposed to be helping Devin Booker put together something resembling a winning season with the Phoenix Suns. 25 games for DeAndre Ayton. That's what he got hit with after violating the NBA's anti-drug program after testing positive for diuretics. Diuretics, something that athletes use to flush out steroids from their system as it makes you pee a lot. It makes you pee a lot and hopefully gets rid of any trace of steroids. And apparently it did, because the NBA didn't say anything about steroids. They didn't find any steroids. They found diuretics though, right at the beginning of the season. And Ayton, right after it was announced, feigned ignorance to all of this. He said he had no idea what was going on. Here's exactly what DeAndre Ayton had to say. I want to apologize to my family, the entire Suns organization, my teammates, partners, our fans, and the Phoenix community. This was an unintentional mistake, and unfortunately, I put something in my body that I was completely unaware of. I do understand the unfortunate impact this has on so many others, and for that, I am deeply sorry. I'm extremely disappointed that I've let my team down. I will continue to work with the NBPA to go through arbitration, and I'm hopeful of a positive resolution. That's what DeAndre Ayton had to say after he tested positive for steroid removers, after he got suspended for 25 games starting immediately by the NBA. No one was expecting the Phoenix Suns to make the playoffs this year. Let's get that straight first and foremost. Absolutely no one had the Suns pegged to make the 8th, 7th, 6th seed, anything like that, out in this ultra-competitive Western Conference. However, this was supposed to be a year that the Suns started to put together something resembling a winning season, where they started to make steps in the right direction after being in the bottom 5 of the lottery for Devin Booker's entire career. This is what Devin Booker had to look forward to. This is the guy who a couple of years ago said that he was tired of losing, tired of not making the playoffs. He was tired of finishing the season with 19 and 20 wins. And then 2 games into the season, 1 game into the season, after the Phoenix Suns came off that great blowout win over the Sacramento Kings, the Kings being a team who are expected to be competing for the final spot in the playoffs out west, they got a great win. And then Devin Booker's met with this, that his second best player, that the guy who was supposed to be the Shaq to his Kobe, will be out for 25 games because he was doing steroids over the summer. And then he's talking about he had no idea that he was doing steroids over the summer and that he was using diuretics to flush it out. Now, maybe DeAndre Ayton had no clue that he was taking diuretics. How he would do that, I don't know. I don't know how he's going to take diuretics without having any idea. Do you? Do you know how that's possible? I never knew that. And if that's what's happening, then clearly DeAndre Ayton has to choose who's in his circle more carefully. If someone's slipping diuretics into his drinks for some reason, doesn't make sense to me, but this is what DeAndre Ayton is claiming. And if I'm Devin Booker and I'm hearing this, I don't know how much more of this I can take. I'm being real with you guys. I don't know how much more of this I can take if I am Devin Booker. A third of the season without your second best player in the Western Conference. The Phoenix Suns are once again about to be in that bottom 5 teams in the NBA once it's time for the draft lottery. And how many more years can Devin Booker wait? How many more years can Devin Booker go with being the most losing player in the NBA? How many more years can Devin Booker sit back and put up these amazing numbers and still watch his team win 19, 20, 25 games? How much longer we gotta wait? How much longer can Devin Booker wait? DeAndre Ayton getting suspended for 25 games puts the Phoenix Suns in a very bad position. it puts them in a very, very bad position because the Devin Booker finally says he wants out. It's the end. It's over. There's no coming back from that. And it's a shame that this could happen because DeAndre Ayton wanted to get a little stronger over the summer a little quicker. Moving on though, the Golden State Warriors versus the Los Angeles Clippers. This was a game that I was looking forward to personally. After seeing the Clippers handle the Lakers in the season opener, this was going to be another test. You know, they got the Lakers and they got the Warriors. Those are two really good teams back to back for the Clippers. Without the second best player in Paul George, And do you know what just happened last night? Do you know what just happened? Do you know what the Clippers did to the Warriors on their home court? The first game, season opener, in that nice, beautiful new building. That beautiful new stadium. Fans taking boat rides to get to the stadium. You can get a valet bicycle ride to the stadium. The stadium got barber shops. It got so many things for the players. It's the nicest sports arena in the world right now. And the Clippers went in there and made it their home. They took it away from the Warriors. They said, this is our home now. We like this. Let's put our feet up, kick back, and enjoy the amenities that this place has to offer. I had to turn this game off in the third quarter. In the third quarter, I couldn't watch it anymore. And this was something that I haven't been able to do with the Warriors for the longest time. And when I did with the Warriors, it was because they were 50 points up on their opponent and there was no point in watching anymore. That's the last time that I had to turn off a Warriors game so early. This time, it was for the other reason. The Warriors could not beat the Clippers if the Clippers had both of their hands tied behind their back. That's what it looked like last night. 141-122 was the final score. I thought maybe I'd wake up and regret going to sleep because Stephen Curry and D'Angelo Russell got ultra hot and just came back and stunned the Clippers. But that's not what happened. Matter of fact, I woke up to see that it only got worse. It only got worse. Once again, 141-122 the final score, and Kevon Looney is now out with a hamstring problem for the Warriors too. It got worse. Draymond Green in the first quarter injures his shoulder. He comes back and plays, but it got worse. This Golden State Warriors team, who will be without Klay Thompson for the entirety of the season, they might make the playoffs still. They might make the playoffs, but they're for sure as heck not going to be contending until Klay Thompson gets back. I'll tell you that right now. And I don't even know if Klay Thompson could have saved the Warriors from the Clippers last night. With Kawhi Leonard only, the Clippers manhandled the Warriors. I'm going to say this right now. The Clippers didn't even need Paul George to become championship contenders. They didn't. Kawhi Leonard could have gone there himself and carried this team to a championship. They would have been contenders with just Kawhi Leonard alone. But now that they have Paul George too, I don't know what that means for the NBA. We were talking about there might be all of this parity, but for what I'm seeing so far, the Clippers are going to laugh in the face of parity. They're going to laugh at it because they are that good of a team already. Already, you look at this team and they look like they're freaking a Terminator walking through and just torching these clubs. They played two really good teams already and made them look like they weren't that good. I can only imagine what's going to happen when the Clippers go take on the DeAndre Ayton-less Phoenix Suns. I can only imagine the score of that game. I can only imagine the outcome of that game. It's not going to be pretty. You know, I thought when D'Angelo Russell went on as a little 10-0 run in the first quarter, that things were starting to get popping for the Golden State Warriors. That was going to be the ignition switch that they needed. Then it turned out to be the case. Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers turned the gas burners on the Warriors all the way down after that. They said, all right, you got a little flame going. Let's extinguish that. Kawhi Leonard didn't even look to start scoring until the second half of this game. Had 5 or 6 assists before he started to look for his own offense with this Clippers team. Finished with 21 points and 9 assists in just 21 minutes of play. Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams, once again, absolutely phenomenal off the bench. 40 points combined. This is something that you can expect from them every single night. These two players are better than most teams' benches by themselves. These two players should be starting for a lot of NBA teams, and they're coming off the bench. Once again, the Clippers having over 60 points off the bench. 60. This is the best bench in the NBA. You can tell me about the Denver Nuggets. You can tell me about the Denver Nuggets, but the Denver Nuggets don't have two guys coming off their bench giving you 40 every single night. Denver Nuggets have a good bench. They have a great bench, but the Clippers is still next level. Still next level. Once again, I had to turn this game off. Stephen Curry couldn't do anything against these Clippers. D'Angelo Russell sure as heck couldn't do anything against the Clippers. Draymond Green playing with only one shoulder couldn't do anything against these Clippers. And the Warriors, they were throwing players out there that had Warriors fans scratching their heads throughout the game. Warriors fans had never heard of these guys, and that's where they were hoping to beat the Los Angeles Clippers. Once again, with just Kawhi Leonard, this Clippers team looks unstoppable. I want to see them play the Bucks. I want to see them play the Sixers, especially the Sixers, because that size difference between the two teams, I think that could play a factor. But overall, I don't know who in the Western Conference is going to stop the Clippers. We can wait and see till when AD and LeBron get everything figured out down there in LA. Once they figure out how to use AD properly, once LeBron James starts playing like LeBron James, hopefully the other guys like Danny Green keep hitting their shots. But as of right now, this team looks godly unbeatable. The Los Angeles Clippers. Speaking of the Milwaukee Bucks, though, they played the Houston Rockets last night and actually beat the Houston Rockets too, 117-111 the final score. The Bucks were down big in the first half. They were down big. It looked like the Rockets were going to run away with this. Giannis really wasn't effective in the first half. Then no one was hitting their shots. Chris Middleton wasn't really doing anything. Eric Bledsoe wasn't really doing anything. Brook Lopez wasn't really doing anything. That was the first half. And the second half, it was a completely different story. Giannis Antetokounmpo actually took over in that second half, goes for 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists, did foul out with like 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And that's when I thought the Rockets were only down by like 4. I thought, all right, this game's probably over. You got Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Giannis fouled out. The Rockets going to make a push and come away with the win because Giannis fouled out. Giannis was dominating. The Rockets had absolutely no response for Giannis Antetokounmpo last night. And the Rockets still lost. James Harden in this game, 2 of 13 from the field for 19 points. Eric Gordon misses 7 threes in a row. Westbrook, in his debut, 24 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. But you know what I saw when I was watching this game? I saw the Houston Rockets. They still just look like the Houston Rockets, people. They are still a team that's going to go out there and put up dang near 53s every single game. We're not seeing any more of those Westbrook mid-range pull-ups. I didn't see one last night. And overall, I was actually kind of encouraged. Even though the Houston Rockets lost, I was encouraged by this loss. You know why? Once again, Harden 2 of 13 from 3. That's not going to happen very often. Eric Gordon misses 7 threes in a row. That's not going to happen very often. And what I saw that I liked was Russell Westbrook actually playing with shooters. Russell Westbrook has never played with this many shooters in his entire career. His entire career combined, he has never had as many shooters as he has now. Right now, I'm watching him kick it out on the fast break to guys like Eric Gordon, Green, Tucker, McLemore, Rivers, House. He's got all these options when he's coming down the lane full speed. We saw it last night. There were times in which last year, Russell Westbrook would have took some difficult layup, whereas now he's kicking it out to Eric Gordon or PJ Tucker in the corner for the 3. This is the luxury Russell Westbrook has not had his career so far. He hasn't. He just hasn't. Terrence Ferguson and Jeremy Grant are not Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, Austin Rivers, and Daniel House Jr. He's never played with this great of shooters before. So that's something positive to look out for if you are the Houston Rockets. As from the Milwaukee Bucks, they were the Milwaukee Bucks. You know, they adjusted. They played some great defense. Credit to Milwaukee's defense for limiting Harden to 2 of 13 for 19 points and 14 assists. Once again, the Milwaukee Bucks had the best ranked defense in the league last year. That could very well be the case once again. We'll see what Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and the Clippers had to say about this, but we all know that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be right up there in terms of defensive ability. Their defense on Harden last night, magnificent. Giannis's length disrupted Harden. Shout out to the new addition for the Milwaukee Bucks, Wes Matthews, did a great job defending James Harden. Got him into a couple of offensive fouls there. You know, the Bucks, this is why they're one of the favorites to come out the East. We have to see how the matchup against the Sixers. The big, strong Sixers. Hopefully they can keep Giannis out the paint. That's what they're hoping for with Joel Embiid and Al Horford, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's a game that I'm looking forward to. And lastly for the day, we have the Hawks coming into Detroit and putting a whooping on my favorite team, the Detroit Pistons. This man, Trae Young. Hold on, let me talk about this man, Trae Young. I've never seen a second-year player start pulling from the logo as freely as Trae Young does. I've never seen a player with this much confidence, pulling from the logo, time after time after time, hitting nothing but the bottom. Came out in the first half and put up 26, finished the game with 38. The Pistons could not find an answer for Trae Young to save their life. They couldn't. And it was exciting to watch. Even as a Pistons fan, I'm sitting there grimacing, trying to just block it out every time Trae Young dropped another one on our heads. Every time he put up a shot, I felt like it was going in. I never felt like this with a player besides when I was watching Stephen Curry. I get the same feeling watching Trae Young while watching Stephen Curry. When he pulls from deep, you get that feeling of immediate doom if you're cheering for the other team. If you're cheering for Trae Young, well, you just watch him score 3 more points. I mean, I used to give the Atlanta Hawks crap for trading Luka Doncic essentially for Trae Young. I can't say that anymore. Did they make the right mistake? Who knows? Did they make a mistake? Who knows, right? Who knows in the long run which one of these players is going to have the better career? Which one of these players is going to be deemed better after it's all said and done? But I can't give the Hawks a crap for anymore for taking Trae Young over Luka Doncic. I can't. Trae Young is a magnificent, special young talent. He's the type of player that teams would give everything to get. You trade away your entire starting 5 for the chance to build around Trae Young if you're some of these NBA teams out here. The kid is special. That's going to do it for this video though. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on so you don't miss out on more videos like this every weekday. That is every Monday through Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching though. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs. Also, before you go, make sure that you smack that like button to show your support for the channel as it does help the channel grow. Thank you once again for watching, and until next time, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!